go ahead and do a little open here.
Thanks.
I do like the quad.
Hey.
Hey everybody, welcome into the Laser Line Podcast. Happy Friday. I'm Trevor Cruz.
I'm Philip Shuck.
And I'm Travis Ingram.
And I'm Philip Shuck.
Ooh, who's that?
No,
There's two Philip Shucks here.
What?
that's not right. We have a special guest with us.
Yeah, I'm Philip Shuck's old roommate, college roommate, Jeremy Shirky.
Jeremy Shirky.
Yeah, special extra super special guest Jeremy Shirky is here with us today on the podcast.
Yes.
Welcome.
Why are you on the show today, Jeremy?
Yeah.
I got lost in this part of town.
He knocked really hard on the door earlier when he came.
I did.
It's very starting.
I
But
gave
that
the
was your
police
second
knock.
knock.
And I was like, nobody's getting in. No way, no how. Nobody sees the wizard.
If one were to describe Jeremy Shirky in so many words, how
You're
would we
asking
describe
me
you?
if someone would describe me in so
Yeah,
many
yeah.
words.
Actually, you want me to ask your old roommate?
Yes.
Phil. So how did you two fellas meet? You and Jeremy.
Well, it was an online dating site for
College bros.
college bros.
That's what it's called.
No, actually, I think what happened was Jeremy saw me across the room and was compelled to be my friend.
Where?
I actually don't think that's an exaggeration.
I don't think it is either.
Where was this room?
I don't know what.
were you at?
I was very
Ballroom?
quiet though. Why did we become friends?
Well, you looked freaky to me.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
I'm always interested in freaky people. But I think I saw Phil. You know, this is honest truth. It was probably I heard him laughing. And we all know
yeah.
that Phil laughed. I'm like, what is that glorious sound? I'm turning, looking, and I make eye contact with him, and it's just drawn,
Drawn
to
to
a
his
light.
beautiful.
And I would say the
blue
same for
eyes.
you. You were obviously had a lot of energy in the room. You know,
Yeah.
you kind of lock on.
It's
Who's
it's
that
one of
guy?
those things. Us in college,
Uh-huh.
it might not look like it now. We were just two balls of energy.
It's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
gravitational force. We
Yeah.
were just out there,
Just two balls hanging out.
and you're like, I don't know how
Slow
science
spinning around
works,
each other.
and then just like collide and become
Supernova.
one destructive comet heading towards the Earth.
Wow.
So are
And
you
we're here.
still two
Now we're
balls
here.
of energy?
Yes.
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
we've
A lot of potential.
But
energy.
Yeah.
your what happens?
our trajectories.
Yeah, your trajectories go around a little bit.
What we are,
Right,
we're
right,
two
yeah.
comets still,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we're rotating the Earth, and we intersect at certain times of the year,
yeah, our
Right.
tails do.
and then
Like
They go off.
a meteor or an asteroid that kind of goes out and then comes back. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
closer,
Exactly.
yeah, and so our paths cross, go like that.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you this. We met and we roomed together in a one-bedroom apartment. My first senior year. Was that your junior year?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
And we had two beds on the floor, two twin beds, no anything, just on the floor, right next to each other. So we would just pillow talk every night until we were like,
We had
okay,
a giant king size bed basically on the floor.
yeah, I'm gonna go to bed, and we just roll our backs to each other, and then we fall asleep.
How long did y'all sleep in the bed together?
The whole
The
year.
whole year.
Oh my!
It's really two twin beds, but they were right next to each other. Yeah.
Smushed together.
And usually
funny-
we would talk about Natalie Portman dreams.
Yeah. I think Garden State just came out. We would watch Scrubs. We would drink. We would get the mini kegs of Guinness.
Oh
we
my
would just
gosh.
watch Scrubs.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Have you watched Garden State recently? Like it
Does it hold up?
No,
It
It doesn't?
I don't think it does.
It has Method Man in it.
Who's
Yeah.
Method Man?
Oh my gosh.
Of Method Man and Red Man.
Thank you. Where is
That's
your
all I know
culture?
him from.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Wu-Tang,
yeah.
right?
Wu-Tang.
Oh.
Wu-Tang.
He's in that movie?
I didn't.
Mr. Tang's in that movie? Mr.
Tang.
Wu-Tang?
Mr. Tang's my father.
Speaking of Wu-Tang, let's talk coronavirus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
You
Wu-Tang.
mean what you came in with today
Yeah.
and infected this whole area?
Okay.
You know,
all
if
got
he
it.
has it, and my wife is watching this, and we now knowingly know he has it, and he's in here, and I get it, this party's over.
If any one of us gets it, we know where it came from,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, and then we're
I
going
might
straight
have
to the
it.
CDC.
Dude, itchy eyes, dry cough.
Sounds like allergies.
Okay, maybe it's just allergies.
Thank
But
God.
allergies are one of the
Oh, great.
things. Oh, you got allergies all of a sudden? You got
I've yet
Wuhan.
to hear a
See,
symptom
I-
that's not related to corona.
Yeah, Wuhan.
I drew the
Yeah.
short end, the short straw, having to sit next to Jeremy because I know him the longest.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, now you got it. Now you got it.
no.
Don't touch this shirt.
We'll be burning that out back later.
You're
Yeah.
growing your beard out?
You gotta shave your beard.
Oh my God.
right, it's everywhere.
No, what's the over under? What's the reality of you actually having the coronavirus?
20%.
I could
That's
maybe-
might as well be 100.
Based
I don't know
on
if I
how-
could live with 20%.
Oh God.
Look, my
like
middle
we're already
son,
too
his
deep
name's
now.
Wolfgang. He always eats his hands. I don't know why. And so he for sure has it.
But he can't get it just from his hands.
Yeah.
I hear it doesn't affect kids that much.
But they can
But
be,
they can carry it.
Yeah, they can carry it.
Spread it around.
yeah.
Oh, little germ kids.
I feel
Little
like
weasels.
because they just recently said that there's like some cases in Seminole County now,
Yeah.
and it's like I feel like it's closing in. It's making
Yeah.
my skin crawl.
I
It's
know.
already. I'm sure someone
Weird.
within 1,000 yards has it. I'm willing to bet.
I would say 3 feet.
That's not good.
Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. I was just touching my face.
I think I already
I'm
got
getting
it,
hot.
so I don't
Stop
care.
moving.
And I'm like,
Your,
am I getting hot
mustache
because
out
the
of the way.
room is
Oh.
hot, or do I now have a fever?
Yeah.
I was thinking that earlier.
yeah, no.
I was like, should I take my hat off?
All right, what do y'all think about that conspiracy theory about the, what was it, science fiction book in the 80s? Have y'all heard that?
Which
No.
book?
Hmm.
You haven't heard this?
Which book?
I don't know what it's called.
Does this have to do with the coronavirus?
It does.
Okay.
Okay.
So there was because some people say it's a manufactured thing. Like
Yeah,
China.
yeah, I
Right.
can buy that. Yeah.
So there was a book in the 80s, science fiction, and it was about this like flu-like disease that kind of came out of China, infected the whole world, all this stuff, and it was called the Wuhan 400. And so there's like a lot of parallels there, and I think there's a plant there, some I don't know, disease plant. in
Yeah, I've
Wuhan.
heard that there's like that's a place where they experiment with things.
Yeah.
Biological
Weapons.
of the biological variety. Yeah, but I guess one of the arguments too is like Mother Nature. It just does it way better than we ever will. You know.
Probably true.
Yeah.
So it's like, could we have created this? Maybe. But I feel like the amount of speed that it's spreading and going around, I don't know.
Do y'all think this is the last
can believe
podcast
you're
y'all
on.
ever do?
Oh,
Now that you're here.
Yeah.
And it's not because of the coronavirus, it's because our viewership is going to tank.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
man.
good.
Am I hot? Am I
I don't
beautiful?
know. Are you? Yeah.
You are. Very
Oh, my
good.
still
my
got it.
audio, does it sound fine?
Seems good.
You still got it.
Here, my ears sounded
Eh.
fine.
I feel like I'm going red, but I don't.
Oh.
That's probably good.
Red.
Yeah, it's weird because there's part of you just wants to live your life, and then the other part is like, I don't know.
But you know how privileged we are? Like, my wife is on these, like, mom groups or whatever, and they're like, oh, my God, I'm going to have to stay home and quarantine my kids in the backyard. We're going to just have to hang out all the time.
Wow.
What?
Like, this is...
Ashley would kill to stay home with Julian.
Yeah.
She would like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just so funny. Like, there's,
Oh, I
war,
know.
famine,
I know.
immigrants. And we're like, oh, my God, I have to spend time with my kids.
Yeah.
Shoot me.
Oh, darn.
We were saying like, why doesn't they should just put everything on pause for a month
Oh yeah.
and it'd get better
be kind of fun.
Yeah.
because
I
they're
just love that
gonna
it's
they're
like
gonna
one
wait
big
till it's
weird
too late.
commune.
They're gonna wait till it's too late and then start shutting everything down. I mean,
Yeah.
they're shutting down so many. We were also talking about like this has never happened before.
Right.
How the response, like they're shutting everything down. Things are closing down. You know. Games and sports teams,
Yeah, like all
and
sports
all
are
sports,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Broadway plays, like everything's just closing up shop.
Yeah, if you can work remotely,
You
that's
never
like-
experienced something
Yeah,
like
it's like
that.
it's like a glimpse
go home.
into like a movie, like the beginning of like pick a movie,
Contagion.
any outbreak.
I didn't watch
Patient
Contagion because
Zero.
I'm too afraid of something like that, and so
Yeah.
this is like living through
is
my worst
What's the one
nightmare.
with
The
Gwyneth
documentary.
Paltrow? Is that Contagion?
Yeah,
Or like those
which one's Gwyneth Paltrow?
Is that the one with
Goop.
Contagion? Oh yeah.
Oh,
she's,
Goop.
She's Goop.
Oh,
Yeah.
was she in Contagion?
I think she was like Patient Zero.
I didn't watch it.
Spoiler alert. I don't know that she was actually, but I think she's in that.
What about that movie Outbreak?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Ooh,
The
That's
monkeys.
a great movie.
Yeah,
with
it's
the
really good.
monkeys.
Yeah.
Rewatching
And, Kevin
that might not be that
Spacey,
great.
No.
But we should rewatch it.
We should
Yeah.
rewatch it. Kevin
Yeah, yeah.
Spacey, he's in the lab and his suit rips, and he's like,
Uh-huh.
and he
Oh,
goes
yeah,
out and he's like, and then
We
he's
should
got
watch
it.
for all the
So
quarantine
sad.
parties. Just watch all of them back
Yeah.
to back to back.
Yeah.
Let's all get sick and just have a big party and watch
Yeah,
a
let's
bunch of
have
outbreak movies.
Quarantine
quarantine parties.
Quarantine party.
You invite as many people as you know. Cram them in your house.
Yeah.
And you get them
Preferably
Lock the
250
doors.
people.
Share a bucket of popcorn.
Yeah.
And just have a great time.
Feed it to each other.
Oh, yeah.
hands in the same bucket,
Yeah.
slippery
We had a whole
butter.
idea for a skit that we were going to do before this podcast that involved that sort of thing, but we didn't have time to film it. And then also coming in today, I was like, I don't even know if I feel comfortable doing that, even putting my own hands in my mouth.
Yeah.
Wait, what was this skit?
Yeah. You know, you
Maybe
take your
we'll film
pants
it
off
later.
and
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
yeah, maybe we'll film it later, or we could tell everybody what it was about. But
Yeah.
it was just kind of a silly. Basically, it was just a silly skit where we would be, you know, touching our face and
Yeah, when
doing
we
things
should.
that everybody says you shouldn't be doing.
Well, that's how the
in
NBA
these
guy
dark
did.
times.
The first
Oh,
NBA
I know.
guy
Yeah, did you
got
hear
it.
that story?
He
Yeah.
touched the guy's mic or something?
Not just the guy.
He
Touched
like
like
touched
everybody.
all the
He
mics.
was joking like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I have coronavirus," and he made a point to touch every single reporter's microphone and just every single thing.
And then
in the
he
room.
really had it.
And then he
He
Yeah.
really had it, and then other players.
The
on
guy
his
that,
team.
his next locker room guy, the guy in Sears' locker.
Did he get in trouble for doing that? Or it's
He
just
said
like,
an
He's-
apology, kind of, on Instagram.
He's like, no, he'll be known forever
That's
Yeah,
that's hubris right there.
yeah.
That's what that
Well, his
that's the
roommate got
bad
it.
kind of.
He's got bad
Fame.
social fame now. He'll be like memed out for eternity.
Yeah.
This is kind of funny though. His locker roommate, his name's Donovan Mitchell. He's a black guy.
Love Donovan.
Love Donovan.
Real,
Donnie.
shows a lot of
Donnie
hustle.
boy.
Good hustle.
He
Good
he got it,
teamsmanship.
and I've seen everyone on my social feeds, all the black people, like, damn it, now we're gonna get it. Because before then they just thought it was a Asian and white people.
Oh
It
man.
has-
That's everybody.
They're not
Yeah.
immune.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crossed barriers.
Yes.
Corona's colorblind.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Corona's bringing us all together,
We're
by
all
keeping us
united
apart.
under the banner.
By
Yeah.
keeping us apart.
COVID-19.
Yeah, yeah.
What do y'all think about the name change halfway through? COVID-19.
Yeah, I don't like
That's
that.
what it changed to, right? It was
Yeah.
COVID. Well, it was Wuhan.
Yeah, that was like an internet slang, and then it was like coronavirus.
Coronavirus is the first official name,
What
right?
was COVID-18?
Who knows?
Good question.
Yeah.
And why COVID? What is that? Does that stand? Is that an acronym? Does that stand for something?
Coronavirus disease.
Video.
I don't know.
You
I
guys
think
check out that
that's
COVID
actually
the other night?
Hey, coronavirus disease. That
I
would
don't
work.
know.
Yeah.
COVID. It's a dumb word, anyways. And then 19. It's almost just there to confuse you.
So they didn't really change the name; they just shortened it.
Yeah.
They just did an
tired of saying-
acronym.
That's the 19th version of
But they
this thing.
changed it because, there was that. Did y'all see that stuff going around on the internet where they're like, don't name anything that's a person, place, or thing or product because it's going to alienate that
Yeah.
person, place, thing, or product. And so then that's when the name changed.
Yep.
I feel like they did it to kind of appease everybody.
Yeah.
You mean
I
Corona
saw-
beer?
Yeah, for real. I saw what is that? A petition online to change it to the Bud Light virus.
Nice.
I thought that was
funny.
pretty funny.
Yeah. They probably just didn't want people being racist against Asians, beating them up. I've already seen some videos over in Europe,
Beating up Asians?
No.
Yeah, beating up people, yeah.
I think that's dumb. I think that's wrong. That shouldn't be happening. But I don't think there's anything wrong with calling it the Wuhan virus because
Right.
that's where it came from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's better than COVID-19. Let's just call it where it came from. It's
Or
easier.
call it like fish
Asian-
market no.
Yeah. Yeah, the Asian cough of 2020. Asian fish market no.
I like it. I can't think of anything better. Really sticks to it.
It tells you where it comes from, and it also gives you advice of how to live your life going forward. Fish market? No.
Yeah, you're not going to remember COVID. What, fish market? No.
Fish market, no. Yeah.
It sounds actually like one of those
No.
TikTok things they would do. Have you
Yeah.
seen that thing where they showed how to wash their hands? They have a song
Yeah.
like over in Korea or South Korea or something like that.
Who doesn't
Oh,
know how to
yeah,
wash
yeah.
their
Fish
hands,
market?
though?
No. Fish market? No.
Yeah.
Why does that stuff happen? Do you think people don't know how to wash their hands?
I don't know. It's funny because
But
I'm
they
like,
do
I
it a
don't know how to
lot.
wash my hand.
Joanne said fish market. No. Brittany Jordan says, hey, you guys are talking about the real issue here. Why is no one talking about this? Shout out to everybody watching. We got a few actually.
Fish market, no. What up,
Fish market,
guys?
no.
Hashtag fish market, no.
It seems like a lot of other foreign countries always do. They always do like songs and jingles to different things depending on what's going on as like PSAs. We never do that over here.
Well, it's funny because I watched Ellen. She went over
yeah,
the
fish
proper way
market.
to wash your hands on the Ellen show.
Well, let's talk about that. What is the proper way?
Yeah, and so I was like, this is silly. But now every time I wash my hands, I think about it.
Yeah. Okay,
so
what is it?
It worked. So you got to wash for 20 seconds or something at least, and you
Yeah.
got to do like happy birthday twice.
Yeah.
So the different moves, I don't think there's any specific pattern, but the different, you put your soap, you got to do this, wash the backs,
Okay.
thumbs,
The thumbs are.
I do that naturally.
this.
Yeah, I do that.
Oh, I don't
You
do that
do?
one.
And then you do one
In
of these.
between?
I
things.
never do this.
Are you on your nails?
Yeah, you can do that, and then I call this the raccoon. I forgot what it's called.
Oh yeah.
Very
Like
nice.
you just
like
got
a little
finished dipping
raccoon dipping your food in the water. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
those are all the and then palms.
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 I do
I
this
do
one
not do
too.
the palms.
Once I'm all lathered up, I take the ring and I slide it up and down the finger. So because then you get soap in between the skin and the
Me
outside
too,
of
and
the
you
ring.
wash the
Good point.
backside
In
of
case
the
there's
ring.
anything hiding under there, you know.
Travis, you don't need to know that one.
Yeah, not yet.
Living that
Ladies,
bachelor life.
yeah, I know. My ring slides off real good. Is it okay to wash your face after that? When can you touch your face after you wash your hands?
Oh my God! If you wash your
Oh.
face, then do you need to wash your hands after that?
Right.
Are you out
It's
of
a
TP,
vicious
Brittany?
cycle.
Yeah. Which one do you have to do? Like hands, face, hands.
I think that's the safest.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hands, face, hands.
Yeah, hands, face, hands.
I'm trying to think now, like when I normally do it, I just squeeze. Done.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
bad.
yeah. It's the same thing as like when you first learned that you need to brush your teeth for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It felt like an eternity
Oh yeah.
the first time you did it.
And
you're
no
like,
one
oh,
ever did it until the electronic toothbrush
Had
shuts
the
off, had the
timer.
auto shut off.
Yeah. That was a genius invention.
That was the other thing we did. I was too poor to have one,
Uh-huh.
but we both brushed our teeth according to
same
his
one?
timer.
Yeah,
So I was like over here doing manual, and he was
It
counting
was
down.
automatic. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Smart.
Oh yeah. Well, I remember this when we were living together. So we were going down to Orlando to go to UCF, and
UCF.
in the car ride down, I think it was, we both looked at each other and figured out that neither one of us booked a place to live because we thought the other one did.
Did you?
Wait,
Did I?
you did it right?
I thought you were gonna do it.
Oh God, we have nowhere.
We still are living together, right?
Yeah. So we thought about being
where?
in the what was the lawn, the free speech lawn,
What?
for a little bit with tents.
Oh,
yeah.
were we
the
going to
free
do
speech
that?
line.
Yeah. But then we thought everyone would steal our stuff, and so
I
then
I slept in my car.
we were like, because everything was booked.
Yeah.
We got down there, there's nowhere to go.
Nice.
So we just found a friend whose parents lived there, and we lived there for 2 months.
Yeah, and then we finally found that apartment, right?
Yep.
Well, that works out nice.
Yeah. So this is called what? The place again?
Lockhart.
Lockhart. What do y'all like about Lockhart?
Nothing.
There's a Wawa.
What is Lockhart?
There's a Wawa. Hey,
That's
it's
where you
working.
live.
What about people that walk around like this with their unwrapped?
We
What
get a
ab-
lot more
what about
space for the money, We were paying around
Yeah.
similar price downtown for like a spot this big.
Yeah, I remember.
For this one room. They're a little bit bigger. So we've got like 5 times the space in here, which is cool.
And a subtenant.
And now we've got a subtenant,
Making that money.
which I don't know if we're allowed to do that. That seems fine.
Yeah, I mean, we bought a submarine.
It seems
and
fine. We didn't
found
ask
some people to
anybody,
live
so
in
it
it.
seems
Yeah,
good.
submarine unit.
Tenants.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
We went all in on a big sub, and
That's where you watched Christopher Nolan's new movie Tenet in a submarine.
yeah,
Yeah.
subtenant.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
I see.
We got the sneak
All right, we're
preview.
back.
We got the sneak preview to see Christopher Nolan's new film Tenet, and it was shown in the submarine under the water.
Whose movie
God, it
is
was
this?
one of the Christopher Nolan's new movie Tenet.
Oh right.
Remember we got to the VIP
Yeah.
showing?
Yeah, the VIP showing in the
It was
sub.
underwater
Old Chrissy Knoll. He was like, "What's up, guys?"
in the submarine. Boy, that rocks your world. That's amazing.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
be in a room like a submarine
Yeah.
like that with a man
What was
like
cool
that.
is that during the motion, the submarine rocked. You
Yeah.
know? Whoops. You know, and
Yeah.
so
Basically, the whole thing went
was like
upside
his
down,
headsets,
and we
you
were
know?
because
Yeah,
we were like,
yeah.
why are there seatbelts in these
Yeah.
the movie theater seats? Because we went upside down. Whoa!
Yeah.
I get it. Y'all are cool. Stop bragging about it. I wasn't there.
I don't know how many times
He
you've been
actually sent you an
in a
invite,
sub.
but
Are you serious?
we didn't.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
tore it up into
Yeah.
pieces and threw it away instead of
stamped on
inviting
it.
you.
Yep.
Reminds me of college.
Yeah. When you ripped apart my heart and stamped on it and left.
Stamp.
I graduated, Phil. That happens.
The day Jeremy graduated, he jumped in a car and was like, "Bah!"
Didn't even know where I was going.
And I was like, they're like, you'll clean up the house and throw away all the couches, right?
Did you?
Yeah. I put the couches out on the street and then like somebody called the cops and
Man, we are getting a
complained.
bunch of likes. What's going on over here?
Is that Psy?
I think so.
It's college roommate drama. Gets a bunch of likes.
yeah.
You know what though?
Wow, that's
We made a college
look
rap.
at this blow.
We
up.
did make a college rap.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. I wish
Me
we
and
could play
Elliot,
that
I
live.
think,
Remember
me
it?
and Elliot were the last ones cleaning the house. And he had a big trash bag of clothes he was throwing away.
Yeah.
And I kind of went through it and I took his shorts.
Yeah.
And I still have them.
For real?
Yeah.
Nice. A keepsake.
I wear them to bed.
This is the house.
Oh, speaking of which, good transition.
Speaking of the shorts I wear to bed, my favorite shorts. We were talking earlier about how I was the sickest I've ever been. What was that, a
Can we
month
do
ago?
LaCroix with the boys?
Sure,
Yeah.
let's
Real
wear the
quick.
boys.
All right, LaCroix with the boys. Thirsty. All right. Continue.
Corona with the boys.
Oh, I realize now. I'm so hyper aware of everything I do now with this Corona thing. I'm like, my palm touched
Oh,
something.
God. It's too late.
You want to try some of mine?
No, thank you. I can imagine. So anyway, I was sick. I had the flu. And the only way I can describe it is with this motion. That's how I felt. It was just in bed for 2 days. I didn't eat for 2 days. I went to the bathroom twice. And I was just in the bed for 48 hours, like just sleeping. I didn't even watch TV. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Just completely out of it.
You were in bad shape when we got back because we had a shoot. You caught it on the shoot.
Yeah, we
and
were-
by the time we got back to Orlando, it was full blown.
Yeah,
It was
because we
like-
were on a shoot. I was feeling bad that night. Then we had to shoot a big interview, a round table with like 4 people.
Yeah.
And I was like a zombie, like shooting that thing.
Well, it truly was full blown.
Yeah, it was full blown. So so one of the nights, I was like, oh, I'm sick. I'm gonna be holed up for a while. I'm gonna put my favorite shorts on,
As one would.
lay in bed,
You got your favorite
no
shorts.
underwear.
Sick shorts.
I've only drank water for 2 days.
Yeah.
So like that third night, I like had a bad dream and farted. No, I thought I just had a fart. I woke up and I shit the bed, babe. I shit the bed, people.
Oh man.
Right in my favorite shorts.
Oh.
Right in the
And your
material.
wife was in the bed.
My wife was in the bed and our dogs.
Was
Were these
it
the shorts you took?
Was it a
that you
big
kept?
one or was it just a little smear?
Or these are just.
Let's say they were. It makes the story better. They're actually different gray shorts, but they look the same.
Inspired by
But
the
speaking of
previous
shorts,
pair.
I usually wear them, but I couldn't. That's the other thing. I usually wear those, but I couldn't find them, so I wore actually nicer shorts.
What do y'all sleep in?
But
Usually.
usually I sleep in like a white t-shirt and boxers,
Yeah.
or
I
no
just-
t-shirt if it's too hot.
I just started recently wearing a t-shirt to bed. I don't know why I get cold at night now. I'm like, it's weird.
Sometimes I do, but then I'll have
Your
to
old
take
bones.
I know.
it off if I get too hot.
What do you,
Yeah.
you normally rock?
Normally underwear and a t-shirt. Well,
Okay.
actually, normally in underwear and nothing else because t-shirts are usually too hot, cumbersome.
Yeah. What about you?
This LaCroix has got me burpy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just underwear, always.
Yeah.
I don't understand how people sleep naked, honestly.
I don't
think
either. It's weird.
It's like it sounds cool or whatever, but
It's not that big a deal to just put some boxer shorts on.
not
Yeah,
that big
yeah.
a deal. Keeps
Also-
your bed a lot cleaner.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all feel about this one, but let's take it to another level. The
Yeah,
whole
for
not wearing
explosive
underwear,
situations.
Not wearing underwear is weird to me too.
Yeah.
I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
if I
and
could
the
ever
pants.
get on board with that.
I think for guys and girls it's different.
Yeah.
I go through stages.
I don't know how
I haven't
you
gone
could.
through.
Like feeling the material. Like,
feel
Like
like
think
it'd
about
be
wearing
ruining
jeans
me.
with
didn't
no
we all?
underwear.
Didn't we all
Yeah.
do that?
Denim with no underwear?
No thanks.
Didn't we
That's
all
rough.
go through a phase
That's
like
Chafe
that?
City.
Or no? Just me?
oh, thank you.
What's the deal? Am I the only one?
Wasn't me.
No pants?
No, I always.
What do they call that when you're going
Commando?
Commando.
Going
Yeah.
commando. Yeah.
I went commando for a little while.
Commando.
You
Off and
can't do
on.
that in Florida, especially in summer, because you get swamp ass like this.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
just ruin the inside of your pants.
But you
Speaking
look
of-
like an idiot because you're
Yeah.
walking in your pants and there's just a sweat crack.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
God.
Yeah, I can't get on board with that.
That's how I I made a name for myself with swamp ass too. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
At your birthday party?
You did make a
Hey,
name for
we're just
yourself.
It was his birthday party. I'd known him for like a year maybe. And I had these like tight shorts on. It was a themed costume party. So like
He's
I looked
trying
like I was
out
from the
Commando.
80s. I was and everyone's like, I think I had to go commando because those shorts would not fit on me otherwise. I was skinny back then too. And everyone's like, who's that guy dancing? And why's he got such bad swamp ass? And there's
Those are
photos
the
of
two
me
memorable things.
like that was a great party.
Oh
Great
man,
party.
you danced up a storm. Yeah.
Yeah, when I turned 21, I had a
Uh.
birth dance party, and it was pretty epic. And then we did it again when I turned 22,
Yeah.
and it was in a, it was behind someone's house. They had this like shed thing, but it was like a nice one.
So there's a nice shed.
Yeah,
It's not as cool.
No, but it was cool.
It was
they had,
cool.
they had boxing tournaments there. They blow up this boxing ring until someone broke his jaw, and then it was over. But we decided it was going to be like fairy themed, magical forest themed. I don't know
Okay.
why. So I had my friends collect all these leaves. And then they came in midway through as like a kind of nice surprise, and they dumped like 5 bags of leaves all over the ground.
This is why. Yeah.
to make it like, you know, the authentic experience, right?
Right.
And everyone's like, what?
Yeah, we're like, oh, cool. We're like jumping. But they collected leaves off the ground, so they're all brown and dead.
Yeah.
So, and probably didn't take more than 2 minutes. The crunching of these leaves, just this stuff just coming up.
Oh.
Nose, ears, mouth. I was like,
Everyone couldn't breathe. Everyone like, couldn't breathe. And looking around, you're like, you know how you sometimes you have to have fun for other people? You're like, I can't stop now. Like,
you stick your finger in your nose,
Yeah.
it comes
Oh,
out
God.
all black.
oh my.
Oh, God, I'm dying.
And people were like in costumes. People came like all dressed up.
Oh,
man.
man.
It was
Anyway.
funny.
Travis, when's the last time you shit your pants?
Yeah, has anybody shit the bed but me?
No. Do y'all remember that Kmart campaign? I
don't know.
Where it's like you could ship
a while ago.
everything from the store. Like, I just shipped the bed.
Oh, yeah.
I shipped my
yeah.
pants.
Yeah, I shit my pants.
Yeah.
You can ship your pants too.
That's
That was
funny.
like a
That was
Super
funny.
Bowl, I feel like. maybe.
Yeah, that was pretty solid. Didn't help Kmart though. But
No.
anyway,
Or came
At least they tried.
yeah.
Spent their last remaining dollars.
I
on
don't think
that.
I've ever not in the bed. No,
Where
Your
else?
pants?
just in the pants. Yeah.
When was the last
Shit your
time?
pants?
Ooh.
Crapped your pants?
I don't know
Pooped
the
your
last
pants?
time one was probably like a couple years ago or something, like a shark. You know,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
like
sharks
Skid
happen.
marks.
You're like something about that felt weird, and then you're like, oh,
Sharks happen
no.
more than anyone likes to admit.
Hashtag sharks happen.
Sharks
Yeah.
happen. Yeah,
Shart happens, people.
shark
Yep.
happens. Yep,
Yeah.
it does. It's just part of life, part of nature. You know.
Speaking of swamp ass too, that it used to happen when you're young when you're dancing your heart out for 3 hours. Now you're getting older and
It just happens.
it just happens. It's not even
Just
hot
walk
out.
into your car.
Yeah, from the grocery
Yeah.
store, like, yeah,
You're like-
there it is.
I got to wipe.
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning. Why? What?
Yeah.
Like you got to go to the bathroom? No, just I need to wipe. That's it. Just me? Oh,
Yeah, that's not me, Phil.
yeah.
I've done
One
that
time,
before.
So I've heard.
I think
So
I've
I've
told this
heard.
story before. One time when I was a kid, I was really into that movie Bloodsport
Okay.
with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
And I was also taking karate at the time. And
Oh, this is gonna be good.
so I wore bicycle shorts for fun, like Jean-Claude Van Damme did
Yeah.
in that movie. And I was like, I'm badass. Like me and my friends were playing outside for all day.
Oh man.
And I really had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It was like so bad, but I was having so much fun. You know, when you're a kid and you're having so much fun, you don't want to stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't
yes.
stop what I was
Yeah.
doing. Just full on, just in there, like I was wearing a diaper, basically.
Wait, you chose to go?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
too much fun.
How old were you?
Well, I don't know that I chose. I mean, I partially did,
Yeah,
but
was
I
it
didn't
accident
really quite
or-
think it through. It was like more of like an accident. It was like half
Yeah.
accident, half decision.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was a mistake.
What's the mistake? Did you
Fun's
keep having
over.
fun?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I was like, this is kind of gross because there's like a big lump, you know.
Oh,
Like,
my
oh
God.
my god! So then I was like, I gotta go home.
Like, guys,
Playtime's over.
That's the lesson, though. You know, it's like just stop, go to the bathroom. Your friends will still be here. You know?
We talked about that before. I don't know if on the podcast, but how when you're a kid, you hate everything that you love doing as an
right.
adult.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like eating, sleeping, pooping.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
why do kids hate it? And then you grow up and that's all you want to do.
Can't wait to poop.
I don't know why for us too. Like, we just love
A little piece
poop
of-
stories.
Yeah.
Funny poop stories. You want to hear a crazy one?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
This isn't me. This is my best friend Kyle.
Okay.
Okay.
So he was going
Shout out
to
to Kyle.
China with some other friends.
China, hashtag China.
Oh,
Coronavirus.
I didn't realize.
Bring it back.
And so he's gonna go, and basically they wanted to like clear the system before they went, and so they fasted for I think 3 days. But at the end of the 3 days, they ate Mongolian barbecue.
Oh boy.
So you know where this is going. I didn't do this. I showed up at the Mongolian barbecue place, and I was enjoying it. We're all eating,
Yeah.
and we're all laughing, all this thing. And then let's say Phil's playing Kyle. I look over, and he just has this like, he's not a quiet person, but he just has like this.
That look.
Yeah, very
Yeah. Something's
intense.
wrong.
There's no food he's looking at, just looking at the table. Yeah. And so he, all of a sudden, I'm talking to someone else. I see him get up in the corner of my eye, walk away, and the walk turns into a jog that turns into a run. Okay. So he's gone. Anyway, we're hanging out, whatever. Check comes, we pay for the check, we're waiting, whatever. We go to the car, we're hanging out, talking. We get in the car, we're waiting. No one's seen Kyle. And so I'm like, that's it. Someone's got to go and check. So my friend Austin's like, I'm going to go in. He goes into the restaurant. He comes back out of the doors hunched over, like this. And he gets to the car, and he can't talk because he's laughing so hard. I'm like,
Oh no.
I have to go see what happened. So I like kind of jog over, and I go in the bathroom. Right when I open the door, it's like this wave of like in my face. It's this ridiculous, horrid smell. I'm like, Kyle, are you in here? And he's like, yeah, I'm in here. There's one stall.
Yeah.
All right, one like, bathroom area. So I just open the door, and right when I open it, I immediately see what happened. Basically, he got up, went to the bathroom, and he ran in, and right when he sat down, he pulled his pants to the ground, and right when he hit his pants to his ankles, it just shot out like a cannon. It hit the back of the toilet seat, and it shot out in like a 360-degree direction. So I'm telling you, it's in the corner. There's like an 8-foot diameter of poop on the wall. And when I walk in, his pants are still on the floor. There's poop on them, by the way. Toilet paper. And he's just wiping a part of this huge 8-foot diameter spot just over his shoulder, looking at me like a wounded puppy. And
Why even bother cleaning it up at that point?
I don't
I
know.
know. I said,
get
Did he
Yeah.
clean it all up or did he bolt?
dude, the parts he cleaned up, it was stained. I mean, I don't know.
It's still there
Someone
to this
went in
day.
there and they're probably still thinking, like,
my
what in
God.
God's name happened in here?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
It's happened.
Yeah. That's
Shout out
powerful.
Kyle Horn.
You
Hope you're
always,
feeling
there's
better.
always that like when something's wrong internally, you're like white as a sheet, and
Yep.
the world disappears, and you're just like,
And you
something's
know.
wrong. you're in
It's
trouble.
very satisfying when that happens, but you're in a good spot. When you're like, oh, thank God,
Yeah.
the bathroom's right there. I'm good to go.
I made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't even. It's like, oh, I'll just wait.
There's
you know?
nothing
Yeah.
worse than like a long road trip or something, and you're like, "This is not going to be good."
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
No exits
dreading
for,
it.
like,
I'm not
5
going to
miles.
make it. You know.
yeah. Yeah.
And that also happened to me on my first date with my wife.
It did. I
Yeah,
don't remember.
we went kayaking out in the groves in South Florida,
Oh my
and we were
God.
playing around, this nice little romantic thing. It's first date, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like my stomach's like, whoa, and I was like, I think, hey, let's get back in the kayaks. Let's kind of go back. I think I have to go to the bathroom. And as I'm swimming over, it just does it again, like, whoa, and it was like 30-second warning. And I'm in the middle of the grove, this first date, and
No
I'm like,
way.
Jen, get in the kayak. And so she swims over. She thinks there's like an alligator or something. And so she gets in. I just turn it around, and I'm just looking over the back, looking at her. I'm like, face forward. And I just drop and I'm just going in the water. I'm trying to kick away from it as I'm going. And this is happening.
You're kind of lucky.
That's
you know?
when you
I know.
knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone should pull something like that because then you know
It's a good test.
Is this marriage
Yeah.
material?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good test.
Poop in front of them on the first date.
Would you have married your significant others if they did that?
Probably sooner.
Bought the
I
ring
would
that day.
I'd be like, well, nobody else is going to marry you. Yeah. When I hear this story,
Well, I felt
Now
bad.
there's
gotta
no
do it.
competition.
Yeah.
What if it happened on the second date?
Then you break up.
It's like, is this gonna happen?
First
every
date only.
time?
Well, it's like, yeah, if it happens and the magic's still there,
Yeah.
lock it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're into that stuff, you know.
I've told this story before on a old podcast, but similar thing, but it was my dad.
Oh boy.
And we were fishing.
That makes it 10 times more embarrassing.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Dad. But yeah, it was the same thing. It was like, you know, his stomach was upset, and he's like, "We're not gonna make it back," you know. And so I went up to the front of the boat, and he was at the back, and he just hung off the side, just went. But like the current was coming my way, so I'm like, you know, I'm fishing, and I'm like,
Oh my God. You kept fishing.
yeah. Well, I was like, I mean, he's doing his thing. What am I gonna do? Just sit there?
It'll
and, like,
attract the
I'm
little
trying to,
guppies.
you know.
Yeah. Did the fish like it?
Yeah. I didn't see any.
Fish went to town.
Rebate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
I got a good. This was like, man, it was like something from Exodus or something. I think you were there with me. It was me, Kelly, and Travis, I think.
Where
At PeiWei.
Oh yeah. And it was like in the streets.
We went to
yes.
PeiWei, Asian place here in town, and we loved the place. And so we got lunch and we were eating there, and people start like getting up and leaving and like making weird noises, and then we start smelling like, you know, disgusting sewage smells. We're like, what's going on? We're like, we literally. We can't take this anymore. It's so bad. I don't know what's happening in the bathroom. So we got to-go boxes. We walk out the front door, and there is a river of diarrhea
What?
flooding out on the street.
It's in the parking
Just
lot.
flooding, rushing like a river of sewage
God.
diarrhea from the building out into the parking lot.
Yeah. Yep.
And that was so disgusting. I don't think we ever went back.
I saw they.
I think I went back
like,
once after that.
Closed it and
I
had like
couldn't eat there.
hazmat stuff there later
Yeah.
that week.
Yeah.
It was like.
Have y'all ever been on a septic tank that's backed up?
No.
On one or what do you mean?
Like a
In
backup.
one?
Standing on top of it.
Like
You mean
riding
like
it?
standing on the lawn or trying to go in a toilet connected to one? What do you mean?
Well, when I lived in Jacksonville in my house, it
Oh, you mean like
it
like
backed
on the
up
lawn?
up and
That's
over
like,
and out
Meet
of the
the Parents.
toilet in our bathroom.
No.
And so I had to shut the door, put a towel on the base, and just hold it there because I didn't know.
No.
And then I got more
no.
towels, put it there. I didn't know what was happening inside. And then when it was done, I just like, I mean, I don't know when it was done. I just left it there for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I removed the towels, opened it, and like all the water was gone, but all the stuff was still there. And it was like 3 inches thick.
Oh my god.
True story. It was the most disgusting thing. And I had to like, get
And
a
you
wet
know it's
bag.
all your like rotted.
Well, we had just bought the house 2 months earlier.
So you don't even know whose
I
it
know.
is.
That makes it 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least it could've
It'd
been
be better
yours.
if it was
It
yours.
was disgusting.
Wow.
And that's when I got corona.
Yikes.
Right there. You've been carrying it this whole time.
Patient zero.
Yeah.
I went to Wuhan like 2 years ago. Now I'm thinking
Weird
about
story.
it.
What was it? Fish market no no.
No.
Hashtag fish market no no.
Fish market no
You
no.
should write hashtag.
That's
fish
going to be the
market
title
no,
of this
no.
episode.
Yeah.
Fish market no no.
Remember, fish market no no.
But it's a
That's
bad
racist.
meat market. Meat market. No.
Well, I think one of the things they would call it, they call it like
Meat
a wet
market.
market.
Wet market no no.
Wet market.
What's the
That
wet?
sounds
the wet?
like Jeremy's bathroom at the septic
Yeah.
tank
Yeah.
overflow.
Sounds like bloody gross meat.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, is the wetness the blood of
Yeah.
Why
the
is it gotta be a
strange
wet
animals?
mark? Why wet?
See,
'Cause
I
it's
feel like that
freshly
goes
dead.
with fish
Yeah.
and other
Yeah.
weird items.
Yeah,
I could be
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. Strange market.
So I have a surprise for you guys.
All right.
You don't have coronavirus?
Yay.
No, our sponsors bought us something for this episode.
Oh, our
Oh, our
sponsors?
sponsors. I don't know if I want to accept anything from you because
Yeah, don't touch 'em.
Well, it's from Wawa, which is Chinese. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't think that's accurate.
He's touching each one.
some Little Debbie's.
Oh.
Make your choice. We got cosmic brownie, Swiss rolls.
That's one of my
Zebra
favorites right there.
cake.
That one.
How about I'm going to
Take it.
claim this one,
Get it.
We can.
and I'm going to
You can
set
have
it
it.
there
This
for
is
now.
a triple decker.
Whoa.
I know. I saw that. Which
Yeah.
one do you want?
That means there's 3 decks.
I don't know. I'm scared.
Of?
Coronavirus.
I'll take this
But
one.
I don't want to be rude.
I kind of want to
It has
save
plastic on
them.
the outside.
So
I know you touched it, and
Insi-
you went to Wawa.
Inside the packaging is fine.
But who? What about the human who put it on the
I'm
shelf?
going to eat them. Why not?
Inside the packaging, I'm saying.
April
Oh,
9th,
my.
2020.
I'm scared to eat it.
Is that too close?
I don't understand
Maybe.
what can go bad in that.
Oh, we're about to find
These
out.
always remind me of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Remember when they go inside the giant one?
Oh, yep.
They go and eat the cream?
It makes it look so good. You want to go buy and eat one instantly when you
Yeah.
watch that scene.
Those are so good.
Oh, I know.
I haven't had one in a long time.
You want some cosmic brownie? Halvesy?
I'm good on this one.
Still scared of
The
fish
little
market
one?
no-no?
Yeah.
Okay. If I
Fish
open it
market,
like
no,
this-
no. You know one fish market.
What I don't like about the Swiss rolls, this always happens, is the top breaks like that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Never liked it.
I wish.
These are,
I want to put them in the freezer.
what's this one? A zebra? Zebra cake?
Zebra cake.
I don't know that I've ever had one. A
Really?
zebra cake.
Really?
Yeah.
Weren't you going to tell a story on the piggyback of my poop in the shorts story?
Oh. Well, the last time I pooped my pants.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't a funny story.
How rude. We forgot to ask you when the last time you pooped your pants, Jeremy.
Where are man?
I mean, I wasn't going to speak up about it. I wanted to be asked. Well,
My apologies.
so I'm going to preface, this isn't a funny story. I pooped because I was so terrified.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So 2 years ago, I was my oldest daughter was laying in my lap. I think at the time she was like 3. We were watching something on TV. She was had a fever. And then all of a sudden, my wife goes, her name's Effie. My daughter, my wife's Jen. Jen goes, Effie? Effie. Just like that. And I look down, and she's completely frozen. Not moving. Blankly staring, not blinking.
That's weird.
So then I pick her up, and her mouth is locked shut, and she's like drooling, and she's not blinking, and she's turning red, and she's then turning purple.
Oh my goodness.
So she's not breathing. So I think she's choking. I'm trying to figure this out. Jen's calling 911. I'm running around. I take her outside, and I'm just like begging God to like spare my daughter. And finally, I'm like trying to. I was like, at what point do I break her jaw open?
Right.
I don't know. I'm like, it's just insane. It probably lasted like a minute, which it seemed like forever.
Right.
You know? And then all of a sudden she just goes, violently shakes after just being like, not, motionless. Then violently shakes and then opens her eyes and unlocks her jaw and starts breathing. So, call 911. They came over. They said she had a seizure, but it was a seizure where she wasn't moving, which
Yeah.
is super scary. Because if she was shaking, I would have known that.
Right.
But I think the way she was laying on me, when she started seizing up, like her tongue fell back. So she couldn't breathe. So that's why this was happening. So anyway, the paramedics come in, they're checking her out, they take her in an ambulance. I'm in the ambulance going to the hospital. And in the ambulance, like once adrenaline comes down just a little bit, I'm like, what is that smell in here? And I realized she was sitting in my lap and I'm sitting in that middle gurney thing, and I had pooped myself.
Wow.
And that I was so scared that I pooped myself. I didn't even realize.
I'm sorry to laugh.
Well, it's funny now because she's okay, but like it was just
I don't know if I've heard of anybody actually pooping themselves from being so scared.
scared shitless.
Scared. Yeah.
That's it.
I know, but I didn't think it was like a real
No, I
thing.
think it's a
It
thing
is a real
either.
thing.
Yeah.
And to
Oh,
not
wow.
know, like that must be weird to be like, oh wait, I
So
did
in
do
it,
that.
like-
And that was like it was seriously like 5 minutes after the fact. I was in my house sitting on my couch. I didn't even realize because I still had so much adrenaline. Scary, dude.
Makes you wonder, like,
That's terrifying.
do you win the Super Bowl? Do these quarterbacks like shit their pants
Does she
in
have
excitement?
them often now, or like?
Yeah, is she
that
okay
just a
now?
freak thing?
Since.
Wow,
It's a
man.
freak thing.
Wow.
Is it something that you can do anything about to?
Nope.
You just gotta wait and hope.
Yeah, now if it
Right.
happens, we'll know it's a seizure.
Yeah.
But it freaks a lot of parents out. But they said
Is it
that-
anything that comes with growing or something like that, or?
It's being young and having your temperature spike, like either high or low really fast. And it causes you to seize.
Oh.
Very odd.
Remember the other day we were
So no
looking...
more jumping in the pool in the hot tub?
Yeah.
Back and forth?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so
Contrast,
fun, though.
I think externally you can do it.
Thermal contrast?
There's just something in kids. They're like, can't regulate their temperature.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, when they're young, they can't. Yeah.
I guess that's what I was saying, like something that will probably fade over time.
Yeah, it always,
Like,
yeah. It's
Yeah.
with kids specifically.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
the bath can't be too hot.
That's
or
good.
Whatever, yeah. Like one time I was giving Julian a bath and he was sitting there and like I was letting the tub fill up and I picked him up to put him in his little bathing hammock or whatever it is. And like his whole lower body was like red and I was like, ooh, and I touched the water and the water was like, it wasn't scalding, but it was like warmer than normal and I was like, oh man, like it was a little scary. I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
But he was fine.
Guys, having kids is like the scariest thing in the world.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
I know. Well, I've got two dogs and they've got 3 puppies, so I'm a grandfather
Yeah.
of animals.
Yeah.
No, I can imagine though,
Yeah.
because I was so scared for those guys. I was like, it's gonna be 20 times more.
Well, you know what it is. I mean, they can't survive without you.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you see a little baby that literally can't survive without you.
It's kind of crazy how
yeah.
ineffective they are at
Yeah.
being alive.
Yeah.
For a long time.
For a long
They're like the
time.
worst. It's like, how are we even alive to this day?
I'm always thinking something's going to happen to him, and like always, I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
I'm
they
alert.
say like, you know, that the kids come out a little, you know, whatever you want to call it, premature because of our brain size. You know, they have to come out a little bit earlier than maybe they would have at one time, or whatever. But even if you account for that, give it 3 years gestation
Yeah.
period. They're still dumb as a brick. They can barely walk. Even 3-4 years later, not really. You know what I mean?
yeah,
like,
yeah.
gosh, what is it? Probably 18 until they can like, really walk around and survive.
Yeah. No, like
15?
get a
What is it?
job,
What is it literally?
Drive a car. Yeah.
10 maybe, you know?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like a horse could walk around the first day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you're a man, maybe like 15. If you're a girl, probably like 21.
Yeah.
Just before you can leave
That's
the
a
nest.
long gestation period.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a long time.
How old's your son?
He'll be a year old on the 24th.
Is he walking?
Almost. He's taking a bunch of unassisted steps.
Yeah.
He's a little top heavy. But I'll walk around him. I'll
I know that
put my
feeling.
arms around him like this, like I won't touch him, like a little force field.
Yeah.
And let him kind of go, you know, so if he bobbles or something. Because we
Yeah.
have hard floors. So like he's taking a couple spills where he's hit his head on like, ugh. It's like, oh, there goes some brain cells.
Oh, is
So much for my scientist. No.
Guess he's going to repeat 3rd grade.
But yeah, he wants nothing more than to walk. He didn't crawl. He
really?
Yeah, he's
He never crawled?
no. He's like
I've heard
refusing
that
to crawl.
happens.
Yeah, and I think part of it is like we kind of spoiled him a little bit, just kind of like, oh, pick him up, you know.
Yeah,
and then he's
yeah.
like, once he got a taste, he was like, yeah, I'm not crawling. I'm not
Yeah.
doing any of that. Sometimes I'll leave him laying on the ground and see how long his tolerance is for it.
Right.
I'll go down like the hallway and try to get him to. I'm like, come on, buddy, come on, like you
Yeah.
can do it. And then he just gets upset. And I'm like, all right. After a while, I go pick him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But-
I don't know about kids. My wife's pushing me for a 4th.
I was going to say, aren't you going to have a
fourth?
fourth?
Lord, didn't you just have one?
Yeah, we did. We have an 8-month-old.
Wow,
She's already ready again.
Yeah, she's.
that's
Well,
crazy.
technically,
See,
I
I
don't know if
can-
she's ready.
But
because
mentally.
she
Yeah.
hasn't had her period yet. Phil, thanks for asking.
Ooh, so she might already be.
No.
No. No. You have to have your period first. So people, if they 2 weeks before
So
you
it
get
doesn't
your first
come back?
period-
No,
Right
especially
away?
while you're breastfeeding. Like Ashley hasn't
Oh,
had
no.
hers. Sorry, Ashley.
Oh, I didn't know that. I never really thought about it. I thought
Yeah,
it maybe
yeah.
would just like come back.
No, yeah.
So you kind of get to
especially with, like-
save them? Like your body saves them?
Saves what?
Like if you're
The
not
eggs?
having... Yeah, yeah. So you can just sit there and have kids and kind of preserve your eggs?
So
I don't know.
the more kids you have, the more
The more
eggs you have because you keep them
Yeah.
safe.
I don't know.
Storehouse them?
I don't know.
Also,
I don't
no
know the
jacuzzis
science.
with the eggs. You know.
Why not?
Oh yeah, you don't
Some,
want
I
cheat.
think it's old wives' tale, but they think, the jacuzzi can boil your eggs.
Same thing with testicles.
Ladies think that.
You don't want to keep them too warm.
Yeah.
So there's
Really?
actually a thing that me
That's
and Jen
unfortunate.
did the last 2 kids. So we could have just been lucky. But there's methods that you can try to predict if you're going to have a boy or girl based on when you knock them up.
Yeah.
Like
'Cause-
seasonal or
No,
moon
so
cycles?
before or after the eggs drop.
Oh.
Because this is true. Male
Ovulation.
sperm are faster than female sperm, but they die sooner.
Right.
So if the eggs drop and then you have sex,
You'll get a boy.
supposedly.
Wait,
Right,
the, the sperm
more.
have sexes? There's female sperm?
That's what they say.
No.
That's what they say.
Where do the chromosomes come from?
I've never thought
I
of
thought sperm
this.
were like gender
Well, where do the,
neutral.
like,
Wait,
the
go
X
into
and
my-
Y chromosomes come from? Does that happen in, Does
Yeah.
that happen before the things get together? Or?
What if we-
out.
what if we think all sperm are boys and all eggs are girls?
I don't know what they are.
The eggs are girls and the sperms are boys. Just like cats are girls and dogs are boys. We all know this.
So are there confused sperm,
It's a spectrum.
I don't know which way I'm going to go here. I'm going to go back the way
Never
I
thought about
came.
it. Yeah, like the sperm already knows if it's a boy or a girl.
Well, yeah, it says if a sperm with an X chromosome fertilizes an egg, the zygote will be female. If a sperm carries a Y chromosome, it will be male.
Weird.
Lots of people think that's outdated tech, outdated science. Because it's a spectrum,
So
people.
Y is male, X is female? Or is it the other way around?
Suppose if
Y is
you're
male.
Y is
Yeah,
male.
part
Y
of the
is male.
patriarchy, it is.
Feels like Y should be female and
Z's
X
are-
should be male.
Is that where they got the Z from?
Yeah,
Like
let's take it
XYZ?
back. Let's switch them.
Maybe.
Maybe so.
So what does the egg involve
Is the
besides
egg,
just
does the egg have a Y or an
being
X?
the hell? I thought that was something about them combining,
Right, because
something
aren't
from
we
the
like
egg.
YYX and XYY,
Yeah.
Let's
Well, it's
not
like-
expose our stupidity here.
The fertilized egg, or it's like what's the zygote?
Does the egg influence the
That's something inside the egg, I
Right,
think.
it
the
is.
sex
yeah.
at all?
I don't know.
This
You're
is-
beyond my.
this is
So
like-
eggs are neither
We got
X
to bring
or
your
Y.
wife on the podcast
She would know.
for all this
She-
stuff.
But did it work both times?
It worked both times.
Wow.
So after
Two for
Effie,
two.
we wanted a boy.
You're like, we don't want to do that again.
And we had Wolfgang. After Wolfgang, we're like, if we're going to have a boy or girl, what should we have? We should have a boy because Wolfgang needs a brother more than Effie needs a sister. So we had Link. And so if you have it again, she
How do
wants
you
a girl.
decide that?
What do you
Because they're
mean?
more active, or what? Why do you think a boy needs a brother more than a girl needs a
Just
sister?
those two.
Just like a
specifically.
balance?
So like Effie is really independent
I see.
and shy, and Wolf is extremely outgoing, and he just needed a play buddy,
Yeah.
seemingly.
So if you have a fourth, what are you going to try for?
Girl.
Girl. Well, you got a name already?
Kinda. I'm thinking Maud.
Maud.
Odd.
Yeah.
Nice. You should have a Harold then.
Yeah, yeah, Harold and Maude.
Yeah.
Have to.
So you gotta have
you ever
another
seen
one.
that movie?
Probably. It's at the point, I haven't seen it.
Mm.
It's at the point where my wife, there's no turning back.
Wow.
She's like, for.
You need to get a
or
farm or
bust.
something, Get like a
More than
ranch.
that. I need to get a job.
You should pull some of the. You should pull some of the
Job
pranks. that-
first, farm second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's true. Like, she wants to homeschool. She birthed these kids in her house. So,
Right.
I mean, you did home birth, right?
No.
No.
We did a doula at
Okay, doula.
Winnie Palmer,
Yeah.
Medulla oblongata.
which yeah,
Riley,
Julian's birth was
highly
That's
recommend.
Spanish.
quite pricey. It was not cheap.
Births are pricey.
Yeah.
Why are they so
Did
much
you still
money?
have to go to the hospital afterwards or anything? No. It was all in house.
I can tell you another disgusting story.
Disgusting.
This is not poop related, but so my wife.
I'm out.
No, you should hear this. When we had Link, we birthed him in our bedroom,
Uh-huh.
and it was on the second floor of our apartment.
So you guys have new sheets. You have new sheets since then.
Well, we bought an inflatable birthing tub.
oh,
yeah.
right,
So
right, right.
I'm pouring the water.
Did y'all do that every time? Tub?
Yeah. Birthing in the water is the easiest thing to do for the wifey. So,
Tub girl.
Tub girl. She's a tub girl.
Tub girl. Yeah.
I call her Tubby.
I always say
So-
tub girl too. Or like tub birth.
But so,
Hashtag tub
I
girl.
fill it
Hashtag tub
up.
girl.
She's birthing in there. Y'all have never
Yeah.
seen a birth. You've seen a birth.
Yeah.
Things,
I've seen plenty
I've
of
seen a
births.
birth. I have seen a
Oh,
birth.
yeah?
I saw my brother being born.
For real?
Yeah, when I was very young.
I used to watch doctor shows.
It's actually my first. It's actually my first memory. It's when I came online.
Really?
Seeing or right before waiting in the
first
waiting room
memory.
and then seeing.
Interesting.
I mean, like.
The Nebuchadnezzar right there.
So she's birthing in there, and when you birth, things are coming out. That's just how it goes.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
she got tired, cramping, had to go on the bed, which she didn't want to do. Gave birth on the bed.
Oh,
So
man.
afterwards, the midwife is talking to me and my wife about the new baby. It'd been 3 years, I guess, since we had a kid. So I'm like, I don't remember what to do here. What is all this? What do we do again for the first 24 hours? She's talking to us, and her two little minions are running around trying to clean up. And so they're like, hey, we have a bigger pump than yours. We can pump the water faster. Can we connect your hose to our pump? We'll put it in there. We'll just dump it all in the tub. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. That's great. So they get in there, pump it in, and it's like, they put it underwater. All the stuff's coming out the hose into the tub. And I'm sitting there at the end where Jen is with Link, talking to the midwife at the end of the bed, and all of a sudden I see it. The hose
Oh, no.
Oh no!
busts off.
Oh,
No!
Flies off.
Oh
So
my god!
the draining suction thing pushes water up maybe 3 feet. It's just a stream of water 3 feet. It comes back down to 2 feet, and then it catches itself, shoots all the way up to the ceiling. It's an afterbirth shower in our bedroom.
Oh, my God.
It's one of those things that happen. You're sitting in glory.
You're like,
We're not getting that deposit back.
Is this real life? And so you can see the midwife junior, doula lady flipping out, trying to unplug it, and gets it unplugged. Everything's done, and it's just that moment of no one knows what's gonna happen next. And literally, the midwife's at the end of the bed with her computer, afterbirth on the computer, and she just keeps talking like nothing happened.
What?
And informing us. I'm gonna wait until someone says something, but then the other two are just cleaning up everything, just wiping down the whole
man.
thing.
she didn't say, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
No one ever mentioned it.
That's weird.
No one ever mentioned
That's
it.
weird.
I
feel
asked my wife about this afterwards. I'm like,
Yeah.
how come? That was
Why didn't you mention it?
Because I want to see how long they would go.
But you didn't laugh or be like, "Oh my god!"
No, I just was like, you just
Yeah,
something
you're
like that.
shocked.
You're already emotionally shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm just seeing it how is this possible?
Oh,
and then,
man.
and
yeah,
then
what
no one
would
ever
you,
said
how would
it.
you even say well, that was some. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
That happened.
You ever got showered with afterbirth before, ma'am? No.
Happens there.
It's almost like a beautiful moment.
Once a week.
It's like you were all anointed. You know,
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
She's like, well,
Afterbirth.
see you later.
Like, I need a new computer.
That would be a normal reaction, I think.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll just invoice you for the computer.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wasn't part of the deal, lady. That's wild.
So on your
And awful.
podcast, do you always talk about disgusting stories, or
Usually.
Usually it gets there
Yeah,
quickly.
It gets there.
We're thinking about changing the name to the Gross Out Hour.
Yeah.
Hashtag gross out no.
Gross Out No.
Yeah. Oh, man.
We've brought out the
times.
gross in us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's me.
That sounds like fun, having a big afterbirth shower.
Speaking of that,
Afterbirth shower sounds like you just gave birth and you're going to go take a shower.
Sounds refreshing. Yeah.
Oh, God, I could go
If
for
you
an
don't know
afterbirth.
what it is.
Yeah.
I really need this afterbirth.
Afterbirth shower? Sounds kind of nice.
I heard
Complimentary
it.
afterbirth
You
shower.
want to hold the baby? I have to take an afterbirth shower first.
Wow.
Did your wife do anything with her placenta?
Nah.
No, my wife
Nah.
eats it.
Yeah.
She
Yeah, I know
kills
that's
it.
a thing. Yeah.
I thought about you because you told me
you-
that. And then when Tawny gave birth, she was like
Your dog.
eating them up. Yeah.
Yeah.
She ate them all up. They came out in little sacks, and I
Yeah.
actually had to help open them up.
Yeah.
And she just ate them all up.
It's so gross
Like
that
Oh,
way.
man.
It's so gross, but it's also.
It's like instinct.
What's the reason for doing it? There's nutrients in it or something?
It increases your red blood count,
Oh, right. Yeah,
so it helps with postpartum.
Right.
That kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Well,
Apparently, I don't know.
Like one of the things we did want to do was the time that they don't wait long enough when they cut the umbilical cord, because what happens is all the blood from the placenta kind of drains into the baby because it's the baby's blood. And so I was like, can we wait at least a minute for the cord to turn white and then we can do the deal? But he came out, he aspirated meconium, and so his lungs were full of fluid.
Right.
And so they had to just basically like, we just had to like cut it and just get him over to the, I don't know what they're called, like the nurses or whatever, so they could kind of get the fluid out of his lungs and then get him down to
They had
like,
those little squeezy balls.
yeah. Yeah, his cry, like everything was like really muffled, you know, when he was
Yeah.
crying and stuff. It was really weird. And then they took him down to the nursery or whatever, and he spent some time. He spent like 4 hours down there, and then he was fine.
Mm-hmm.
But my wife was in labor for 29 hours. It's crazy. Yeah, and she was like,
Wouldn't suggest
placenta
it.
was the last thing on her mind when
Yeah.
like once he was out, because like I came back, I went down with him, and then I came back up, and she was like green. I was like, man, I was like, oh man, she's looking.
You
rough.
earned this.
I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
And at that point, like it was already out, and like
Yeah.
so. It's
Phil, when
wild-
y'all having a
wild
human
ride.
baby?
I don't know. Whenever they choose to come around, we're open to it. You know,
Oh.
the gates are open.
Are they?
Yeah,
Y'all testing the waters over there?
yeah. We're tracking naps and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll wait and see.
Little baby Shuck.
We were kind of hoping that she would be pregnant with Tawny. Would be fun. The dog. So they could have been pregnant together.
Yeah.
But it hasn't happened yet.
Is the virus making y'all think of anything about it?
No, we haven't talked about that, but
Probably make
it'll
it
probably
easier.
be under
Like,
control once.
it'd be nice if you had birth like right now.
It'll be easy for him to get into a good school, you know, after all this tragedy.
Plenty of open spots.
Yeah. It'll be good for him.
Have you thought about names?
Yeah, you know, Wolfgang, like stuff like that.
Love those names.
Happy.
No, I've thought about it, but I don't know.
Philip
It's
I
hard,
don't know.
man.
Jr.
Kelly likes funny stuff. Well, I don't know. She likes like Moses.
Call him Mo.
Yeah. But she wants to name everything Moses. She's like,
What should we call the drapes?
she's like, could this dog be Moses? Could that dog be Moses? She's like, yeah, everything's Moses. Can this plant be Moses? And what's the other one? I don't know. She has a few. I kind of like one for a girl, but I don't think I would ever do it because I feel like they'd get made fun of. But I was like, oh, that kind of sounds like a good name, like Felice. You know, like Feliz Navidad, but then she gotta go to school and be like, Feliz Navidad
Yeah.
Yep.
all year long.
Well, when you think of names for kids, pretty much any name you could turn into something like perverted.
Yeah.
You know, I always thought of that. Like, you know, Matt Jensen.
Yeah.
Every name when I was having kids, I would throw it out to him, and he would just say a one-off of that name. To say, oh, he's gonna get made fun of because everyone will say this.
Yeah.
I'm like, Matt, you're the only one who's doing this.
Well, people like me will do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You're the one making fun of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to. Well, again, I only really have experience with the animals, but I feel like if you spend a little time with them, you kind of like a name sort of comes to the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe that would be kind of fun. Just like have some things in the back of your mind, but then you just kind of look at them and you're like, it's too late now. It's like I don't even feel like I named you. It just kind of came out. You know?
That's what we do with our cat, Bandit. May he rest in peace. But he was the same. It was like we were like, I don't know what we're gonna call him. I'm not sure yet. And then we spent some time with them, and it's like, okay, he's opening all the cabinets, getting in them, stealing everything that we have. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
you're Bandit.
Yeah, it's like the new puppies came, and it's like we didn't even name them. We're like, what should we name them? I don't know. But we had to kind of talk about them, you know,
Oh,
like
right.
this or that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like before we even knew it, they already had names, and we don't even feel like we named them, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like Valentine is the girl, which Kelly did name her. And the other two were Junior and Haas.
Hoss.
Yeah. Because he was like,
like that name.
the big one when he came out. But what's funny is now he's the tiniest one. It's like they overtook him.
Oh.
He came out and he was like the big one, kind of dominating everything. So
Yeah.
I called him Big Hoss. And now it's just funny because he's the smallest one now. And he's Big
quick
Hoss.
bloomer.
Yeah.
You remember that guy who started Invisible Children named Jason Russell?
Yeah. Is he the guy who went crazy on the street?
Wait, Coney?
Yeah, he was
2012.
2012.
Yeah, yeah.
2012?
Oh my God, we should do a whole podcast on that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Does
we
anybody
should.
remember that?
Does anyone remember that?
Coney
Well,
2012.
I don't know if it was him or his son.
Or
but
his-
one of the two. Their parents named him. Let's say it's just Jason.
What's his name?
Jason Russell.
Okay.
But they didn't give him a middle name because they said when you're old enough, you can pick your middle name.
Okay.
So when he was 6 years old, and I don't know if it's him or his son, it was one of the two. They said, "Dad, I'm ready to pick my middle name." So their name, let's say if it's Jason, is Jason Radical Russell.
Cool.
I like that.
That's his name?
That's his name.
That's radical.
He certainly went radical on the street that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any insight into that?
Just a little bit. I think that Coney 2012 video was like the first like for real viral video where they were the fastest to hit 100 million views ever.
Yeah.
And the phones were ringing off the hook. He just spent day after day working, and I think he overworked himself. And
Was he on drugs or anything or like that?
I'm not sure.
Because it was so weird.
Very weird.
Especially when you have that type of organization now. You're always like, everything is super serious and pure, and we're making... And then you're on the street like... It's like the ultimate, juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just really think what I've heard, at least, was that he just didn't sleep for a week. Like, he was so overwhelmed by the response and trying to keep up with everything and leading his team.
Was he, like, doing that outside his office or something? Like, making a scene in front of his employees or something like that? Like,
I'm not sure.
Or was he just, like, after a weekend of... I don't know. I guess he overworked himself. That's all.
Well,
that's what we know.
There's that, but I think there's also that line that you hit when you want something so bad, but then you're getting. They got so much negative stuff like, I'm just gonna say, oh yeah, watch this video and that's gonna change the world. That's dumb,
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like pulling his hair out because I think they were actually doing really good stuff.
It was inspiring a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well, especially like the Invisible Children.
And if it's like
that was
maybe
big.
if it's like the first sort of viral thing, it's like you don't really know how to deal with that stuff. That you're not prepared for any of that. Like now, you know that those people are just out there and it's okay and it's fine.
Yeah,
they're gonna make negative comments because they're just
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like
it's like
the tough people on behind the keyboard. Whatever keyboard experts. What do they call them? I don't know.
Trolls.
IT.
Keyboard experts.
What are keyboard experts?
I mean more like trolls.
Yeah.
But that was still like a newer like online trolling.
Like trolling might have been fair, like sort of new at that time.
You know what's else something interesting about something like that is like I don't know if they had an end game.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know this
The Coney thing.
probably. Well, it's Invisible Children, and then it's like Coney 2012, and it's like you could see like you want your organization to grow, but it's gotta to have it grow. The war's got to keep going. Yeah. And it's like, what is the end game? There's probably like there's no easy way to find an out for that.
Yeah.
As well.
It's like, be like, you got a lot of funding, and now, you just stop one day.
Oh man, I forgot about that whole Coney 2012.
It's like
Was
if
Coney
you got
bad?
assassinated, do you just shut down the company, or
So they were trying to get rid
transition
of
it?
Coney.
Yeah, he's the one who was employing child soldiers.
Is he
or
still
stealing
doing
them,
it?
kidnapping
what's
them.
happening with that now?
Is it still happening?
We'll wait till
in this edition of
Coney-
Where Are They Now?
In this edition about Ask Jeremy about something he's not involved with at all.
I'll tell you guys about Coney in 2022.
What's he smell
It's
like?
your anniversary.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to plug anything before we...
Man.
What do you got going on, Jared? Talk to the people.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hey, what's up? So I'm doing this thing called Orlando Men's Bourbon Club.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't been.
No.
Philip hasn't invited you.
No.
I only got
He
one.
doesn't want me to be part of it.
No, I only got one extra person.
Extra
And
person. Okay, so
He
one thing.
only gave me one extra.
That's true. It's in testing phase right now.
Yeah.
But last month we did it at the Hawker's Test Kitchen, which is pretty cool.
What's
And
the Hawker's Test Kitchen?
It's in downtown Orlando. It's a
Okay.
walking bridge over Church Street, but it's like their corporate headquarters, but they have a testing kitchen.
It was
up
pretty
there.
cool.
That's cool.
It's like that walkway area
Yeah.
over Church Street.
Oh,
Right by the
yeah,
Jimmy
yeah.
Mike's?
Yeah, yeah.
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 Jimmy Mike's?
Jimmy Mike's? Trademark.
Well,
Trademark.
That's what we do. We would stop at one and go the
Yeah,
other.
Yeah, we would get Jimmy,
We did
Jimmy
something-
Chips and Jersey Mike's.
Jimmy Chips, Jersey Mike's, because the chips are better at
Yeah.
what? At
Jimmy
John's.
John's.
Jimmy John's, yeah.
And then we'd order the sandwiches from Jersey Mike's.
Yeah. It's funny. We had
Shout
Jimmy
out
John's.
to
Shout out
Jimmy
John's.
John's. Freaky fast.
Anyway.
Anyway, so something I'm doing spurred out of the idea that we don't really have public discourse anymore.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And the only shared thing that guys will do normally is have bourbon or something.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about like I guess important stuff like religion, politics, whatever.
Yeah.
But over bourbon, and I basically have a 3-2-1-0 guideline, which is 3 prompts, 2 pours of bourbon, 1 hour, 0 assholes, because
Yeah. I like that.
It's some controversial stuff.
I'm not allowed to go anymore because of that new
What
rule
happened?
at the end.
Is this going to
He has
circle back
2
to a poop
strikes.
story?
Yeah, I guess my third one and I'm out. If I get one more strike.
He went too hard as a Bernie bro.
Where can?
Oh yeah, I went hard on
Is there
supporting
like
Bernie.
a social media page or anything for it, or is it just something
Not
you're
yet.
doing? Okay.
It's
Still
interesting.
in the early phases.
It's just
of it.
word of mouth. But there's been like 5 or 6 guys that have asked to make one for their area, like the Sanford Men's Bourbon Club, the
Oh,
Winter
that's cool.
Park Men's Bourbon Club, the
Yeah.
Nashville Men's Bourbon Club. So I
Yeah.
actually can see it kind of growing because at the end of the day, we do podcasts, we do things where we're talking, but we don't do it in person
Yeah, yeah.
and kind of turn off like from electronics. So
You know, Phil's brother-in-law is the bourbon enthusiast.
is he?
Yeah,
You didn't tell me that.
I've told you that every time.
I've never.
I tell you
first
that
time
every
hearing of
time, and that you should reach
Yeah,
out to
like
him.
how many people does he have on his Instagram? It's like crazy.
He's like at one point he might be the second or third.
like
he
the
was, at
bourbon
one, he was the
enthusiast.
top guy
Like the-
bourbon person
yeah.
on Instagram.
Yeah,
Your older brother?
No, my brother-in-law.
brother-in-law.
Oh.
He's got like he's got a subscription club. He goes and picks out his own barrels and
He's like-
bottles them, and they
Dude.
pay money
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be in the club.
You have not told me.
Yeah.
I told you that every time.
That would stick in my mind. I would have definitely known.
Well,
that.
I tell you at the end of the night. So
Oh, that's what.
Maybe the
that's what
bourbon
it
is
is.
set in.
In 1 year, out the bourbon.
also,
So,
speaking of other, starting other ones, I'd like to announce our competitive men's group
Yeah.
going in competition with yours, which is called Gin and Tonic Toxic Masculinity.
Nice.
We even got a logo made. If you just flip that dry erase board over.
So if you like masculinity and you want to have some gin and tonics, you know,
You want to get toxic,
hashtag us in the-
toxic and tonics.
toxic and drink some tonic.
I like that.
I can get like an Apopka branch going.
Yeah.
Toxic
I
and
wouldn't
tonics.
be able to partake, but
But yeah,
I
that's
could get
it
it
for
going
now.
for you.
But I don't know. Got some more things down the pipe coming up. I
All
think me
right.
and Phil might write a children's book coming up here.
oh, cool.
So, is there anywhere to find out more information on this bourbon club?
No, it's all word of mouth, so it's
Okay.
very top
It's
secret.
I like
very
that.
exclusive.
Yeah,
super
Very
exclusive.
You got to talk to.
exclusive.
You gotta
So
talk to
basically,
somebody.
if you want to buy Jeremy some coffee, bring him out to lunch,
Sure.
hook him up with some
Yeah.
stuff.
Golden Corral's
You
my
wanna
favorite
get
place.
invited,
Yeah.
go feel free to do that.
Feel free. But mostly, I've been waiting for my big break with Laserline Productions.
So
trying
have
to feed
we.
screenplays.
Oh, yeah.
So now you got
Join
your
the
foot in the
club.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my first big break.
Nice.
Welcome back. You're welcome back anytime.
Oh,
For real.
thanks,
All
buddy.
who cross our path go on to greatness.
That is true.
So-
We talk about this. Everybody that we, kind of
Let
get
me
in
steal your
with,
blessings.
they succeed, and we stay here, just ready. We're kind of like we're kind of like what do you call that?
We're like the
A
guy,
nest
the
agent.
Hades, the guy that on the river Hades, the guy that controls the boat to
Yeah.
hell.
Oh, Hades.
You know
I'm
the
jumping
guy,
off.
Yeah.
the guy down the river Styx.
Oh, we're an incubator. That's what we are.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
incubate people, and we push them out of the nest into greatness.
Get out of
you
here,
know who you
Facebook.
are, everyone.
Help me fly, guys.
Yeah, you're gonna be the next one.
Yes.
This bourbon thing's gonna blow up. So
right up.
Well,
Better
it's
be
canceled
weird.
this month.
why?
Thanks.
Coronavirus.
What's it really called, though?
COVID-19.
What's it really?
Fish market? No.
You know one fish market.
Trademark. We're doing it. Fish market? No. Making
Fish
a movie.
market. Haha.
So basically,
Anyway.
remember, don't breathe each other's air. Wash
Yeah.
your hands.
Yeah.
What else? Anybody parting ideas?
We'll be keeping an eye on Jeremy over the next few days.
Yeah, keep an eye on this rising star. He's going to do great
And the
things.
CDC might
I'm
be
gonna die
calling you
in
soon.
1 week. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make a
Y'all are
wish.
2 weeks behind me.
We got to make that film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hurry it up. Ooh, that'll probably give us more time to make the Quentin.
Yeah.
All of this just
Oh,
puts
yeah.
all production on hold.
Let me
So-
ask you one last question, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do y'all actually have a film you want to make?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we have several.
We
We have
have-
several.
But
We've
which one
actually-
is the one?
Well,
Oh,
we have one, but we're not going to say it right now,
Okay.
right?
sure.
But
Yeah.
what's interesting is we've kind of thought about it. We're like, okay, if we ever get the opportunity to do this, I think we have like 20 years of
Right. Yeah.
we have 20 years of a career planned out,
Yeah.
which is like a movie every 2 years.
And we have
10
we
movies.
There you
have
go.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the Lazy Lion Podcast, I'm Trevor Cruz.
I'm Philip Schuck.
I'm Travis Ingram.
I'm your latest guest, Jeremy Shirky.
Love you guys.
Love y'all.